Well, my name is Gerald Dick. I'm the Executive Director of WAZA, which is the World Association of Zoos and Aquariums. I am a biologist by training, so I've done a lot of field work in my past experience. I have then also worked for development cooperation. I was leading on projects in Nicaragua and also in Thailand. And then finally was working also in science. So I did some studies on fish populations and on birds, especially geese, but also amphibians. So I know a little bit the field side, but also very well the administrative side. In my last job before joining the NGO community, I was working for the Austrian Ministry for the Environment. So I was responsible for international cooperation, like the Ramsar Convention, but also national parks, which was quite exciting and an interesting experience, but very administrative. Then I was working for WWF International for the species program responsible for Europe and Middle East, which was very interesting and to some extent quite similar to what I'm doing now. So I'm dealing with a network of zoos and aquariums worldwide. We have over 300 members right now and are trying to enforce all the conservation and education work and animal welfare issues within our membership, and are trying to also support our members in terms of outreach work, educational work, and I think that's what you are most interested in. Yeah, biodiversity is us. Why is it us? I mean, it stands for the fact that we are part, as humans, of biodiversity, but it's also on us to make a change and to improve the situation of the world's biodiversity. And we are trying very much to support our members in terms of improving messaging and to better reach out to the visitors. Globally, we have the potential of 700 million visitors to zoos and aquariums annually, so this is a huge kind of number of people, and we are trying to provide our members with the best internationally related messages. So this campaign, Biodiversity is Us, is supporting the Decade on Biodiversity, which is in support of the so-called Aichi targets. I'm sure all the CC members would be aware of that. And we are focusing mainly on the target 1, the Aichi target 1, which is about awareness raising, and also to show people how they can contribute themselves to a change and to improve biodiversity. So we have developed a set of tools for our members, but also beyond our membership, in order to better understand what this complicated word biodiversity means and what it stands for. So in many languages the word is a tongue twister, but we have tried to find kind of a little bit funny examples also in terms of explaining animals and their biology to make people better understand what biodiversity is. So one of the tools, for instance, is an application for smartphones and tablets. We are featuring more than 400 species in the application with information, but also with ideas of what everybody can do to help biodiversity and the animals in the daily life. So simple actions in daily life we are proposing, and people can then pledge to take this action. And also there's a link to social media work included, so you can share what you are pledging for with your friends, and hopefully many and more people will take part. And so when everybody is taking a small action, the effect can be quite big in the end. Apart from this app, we have also some nice designs, as the ones in the back, which can be used for posters, but also for other kind of merchandising products in our member zoos and aquariums. Then we have produced 3 different films in different lengths, and this is very educational. So the very short ones, of course, are more meant to attract attention when visiting a zoo, but the longer ones, up to 15 minutes, are meant to be used in educational settings. So once you are in a kind of cinema setting, you can see the film, and afterwards you can also discuss and get further information by a trainer. So these tools are used quite widely, meanwhile, in all our members worldwide, in all the continents. And as the films and the app obviously is publicly available easily, the films on YouTube, so it's possible for everybody kind of to make use of our tools, and we encourage as many CEC members to take part and make use of the tools as well. We have already created some partnerships with other organizations like the International Council of Museums. So they are supporting our campaign and also using the tools. We have partnerships with many other organizations as well who are partnering and also trying to use and support our campaign, which we are very pleased about. Well, as part of this campaign, we have also performed a survey amongst zoo visitors, which is interesting and partly an answer to your question, because we wanted to know what do people know about this complicated work, biodiversity, and what do they know about their personal potential to take action and to help biodiversity. So we have done the first round of this survey, which was quite surprising in terms of results, because the majority of people had a quite fair understanding about what the word biodiversity meant. In terms of taking action, it was not that good. So many did not really know what to do in their daily life. So there's potential a huge potential to improve this amongst the visitors of the aquariums still. So I think we're on the right track. So we are trying to promote this and to give people ideas about what they could do. Our members have used or starting to use all the materials already, and we are now in the phase of a second survey in order to find out in these member institutions whether there's any impact measurable about the visibility and the impact of our advice and our visuals, which we are showing in our member institutions. So for the second part of the question, I can't give you an answer right now because this is still underway. But I think in terms of usage, I can say that over 100, I think it's now 120 institutions worldwide have already started to use all the material and support the campaign, apart from other organizations. So this is just our members. In terms of social media, we have now a bit over 19,000 followers on Facebook. The app download is now around 5,000. It's increasing also with the language and different languages, and also the promotional work we're trying to do. Like on the World Biodiversity Day, we'll have a big promotion in many of our members in order to help people to see, there's an interesting app, I can download this is interesting. There are games as well and quizzes included. So it's also a fun factor, which is hopefully helping people to get into the issue and take part.